Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tafalarota. I wanted to keep my word and I wanted to make the second video in my Tarot de Marseille series. And this time I would like to introduce you to what I have read in the little introduction booklet to Jean Noblet tarot deck. And the booklet was written by Jean Flonroy, so the creator or a constructor of the deck. And he writes something really beautiful in this deck, in this booklet, also in the Jean Dodal booklet as well. I can't remember exactly which sentences were from where, but I wrote it all down so I can keep track of it. And basically, he states that tarot is, it shows the evolution of Western thought, and it shows the social, religious, spiritual, philosophical components which were present during creation of the decks, and it puts it all in a 2D picture. And Flonroy uses this beautiful sentence that tarot is like shamanic topography. It's like a map that can show you actually a way to evolution of your soul as well. So if you look at tarot from spiritual point of view, not only historical or social and so on, from spiritual point of view, we can say that tarot shows evolution of our soul, and in a way answers the question how an individual can, how you can achieve illumination during your lifetime by connecting to the spirit of anima mundi, to the spirit of the world, and also shows that the journey in a way never ends unless you want to jump out of the cycle. So in this little booklet he gives you 5 stages of development of human spirit, and he shows these 5 stages through the cards, and also shows 5 gateways. So there are 5 cards which are a gateway, like a point of initiation. You have to go through the door and then you start acquiring the quality of the certain stage. So the 5 stages are childhood, apprenticeship, companionage, mastery, and wisdom. One important thing is that, when you use tarot, it's not written to give us direct answers. I mean, it does do it at times, but most often when you communicate through pictures, it's mostly like symbolic hints. You get metaphors. You have to sometimes digest the message. You have to sometimes wait to actually understand what the pictures are telling you. You rarely get a hint like do it or don't do it. Most of the times it's much softer. It's not really directed at your intellect. It's more directed towards your intuition and towards your emotional understanding. Sometimes, a picture can provoke certain emotions in you, and we often actually, we don't pay too much attention to it, but I think we should. We should really listen to our bodies and when certain reactions feel in our bodies, because only then we can really embody what we find out or what we experience, what we understand mentally, and then we can manifest it in physical reality. So let me introduce you now to these 5 stages. One more thing. The Fool, of course, is a unnumbered card, and the Fool is like a separate entity. It's a joker. We are the Fool. So let's say we're being born and we walking through the first doorway, and the first doorway is magician. So magician is a gateway. It's a gateway when you decide to consciously use all your potential and all your tools. So then the cards 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th build the first stage. So we meet our teachers, parents, and so on and so forth. So then the next gateway is the gateway of a gateway which you have to cross to move to the level of apprenticeship. And the gateway to this next level is lovers, which I find it's really interesting because lovers in Tarot de Marseille very clearly shows an aspect of deciding and choosing, either in, you listen to your desire, or you listen to your heart, or you listen to your responsibility. In any case, you have to make a choice. And the more conscious the choice is, the better for you. So that's the gateway. You have to make a choice to move through this door and go on your journey. So then the next apprenticeship level, you acquire different skills. You go through, through the chariot, you go through the justice, you go through hermit, and then you arrive at the wheel of fortune, which of course finishes certain cycle. And then the next stage will begin. And the next stage is companionage. And companionage is a little bit higher than apprentice, but lower than a master. So basically you start to develop your creative skills, or whatever your specific talent is. That's where you start to focus and you start getting really good at what you're doing. So to go to this next stage of companionage, you have to walk through strength. So you've got to claim your own power. And when you can do it, and when you can balance, your instinct and your intellect, your body and your heart and your mind, you can go to the companionage stage. So then you go through the companionage, which finishes with devil, which is really interesting because maybe when you start getting good at something, suddenly you think, wow, I'm just so amazing. I'm so awesome. And you fall prey very easily to ego, to devil's, to devil's pose. So then the gateway to the mastery stage comes through the tower. And I find it very interesting because, as I said, in Tarot de Marseille, the flames come from the tower. And I feel like to go through the stage of mastery, you have to destroy what you created at certain level. And in a way, you have to constantly destroy your creation to enlarge it, to make it better. You don't stop. It's not a level at stopping. You constantly evolve, and you constantly want to, connect to divinity. You constantly want to express divinity through you. So you walk to the stage of mastery through the Tower card. And that's when, the devil, the ego, whatever you have created, which maybe holds you back, maybe, you limit your life somehow, maybe your creation is not as perfect, or maybe you just need to add another level of mastery to it. Maybe it's perfect at this level. Well, you walk through the stage, through the gateway of the tower. And then you, of course, end up with the star, the moon, the sun, and you finish with the judgment card. So you resurrect. And then the last card is the last stage. And the last stage and the last card, that's the wisdom stage. So after the mastery comes wisdom. And this is when you find perfect balance, when your soul connects with everything. So everything is within you and everything is outside of you. And you kind of, this is like a little vagina. You kind of get born and renewed. And you just look towards your past and, go through the birthing channel. Maybe you're living the cycle of repetitive motions and action and reaction, and you arrive at wisdom. So this is how Jean Flonroy describes Tarot's soul's evolution and this shamanic topography. I really love this saying. So I hope you liked it. This is just a short introduction, but I think it's like food for thought, and you can always, adapt it to the way you are working with tarot. but I found it quite like logical and beautiful, and it spoke to me, so I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for listening, and I speak to you soon. Bye.